So let's start with a topic of business communication. Okay, can any one of you? I hope you know about what is communication. So please think in your mind, what is communication? Yes, what you're thinking is right. Communication is what we talk to others. The exchange of our ideas with others is communication. So communication is a way through which we present our ideas and share our thoughts with others, and of course we get to know their thoughts and ideas as well.
ISBM, your first step towards right career.
So my friends, communication is very important. From the day we were born to the day we die, we always communicate. When a child is born, he don't know to speak, but he can communicate. Do you agree? Yes, because what he wants, he will cry and convey that. By his crying, it becomes clear to us that yes, he wants something. So this is also a way of communication. So communication is very important, and it is one of the most important need of a human being. As we require food, shelter, clothing for ourselves to live, we require communication. If you get food, you get shelter, you get clothing, and you are placed in an individual house somewhere in a forest where no one can approach you for your entire life, would you be able to survive? Come on, tell me. Would you be able to survive in such an environment where no one is, where you don't have anyone to talk to you? You are getting all your needs fulfilled, but there is no one to whom you can communicate with. No, because we are social animals. So we require this socialization, and the most important medium for socialization is communication. Without communication, we cannot survive being social animals. So we require a society, people around us to whom we can communicate and live. One second, excuse me, students. Students, I told you what is communication and how important it is for our life. We can never survive without communication. It is the most important aspect of our life, and communication plays a very important role in one person's personality and his social being. So now we will know from here we start with as I told you, the importance of communication. Here we start with the effective communication skills which we require for being pleasant personalities, and for the development and for being confident personalities, and for definitely achieving success in life. Because without a proper communication, you can never achieve success. If you are a good communicator, you will be in a higher positions than the other people who have done the same course, but because they don't have those presentation and communication skills, they will not be able to reach at that place where you will be able to reach. So it is very important to groom yourself in your communication skills to get that confidence, and it is through the communication skills you will be able to convey your personality. You will be able to convey your knowledge to the world. And if you are not able to speak out those things, then no one will know what you are. So my dear students, communication plays a very important role in one's life, and so we should try to become very good communicators. So here we are going to learn today, in this workshop, we are going to learn about the important effective communication skills. What is communication? As I told you, it is the art of transmitting information from one person to the other and getting back of the information. So it is not a one-way process. It is a two-way process. It is a two-way process where exchange of ideas is taking place between two or more persons. Understood? So it can never be, communication doesn't mean speaking. You are surrounded by four walls. There is no one with you and you are speaking. Is it communication? No, it is not communication. You require someone to hear to you and to respond back to you, and then it becomes a communication. Understood? So it is always a two-way process. About communication, these are the important things which you should take care. These are the important things which you should know about. Communication is the exchange of ideas between two or more individuals. So it is always a two-way process. I am telling you something, you are responding me back. Okay, ma'am, we have understood. So there has to be someone to hear to me. Here, if I am speaking something and there is no one to listen to me, it is not a communication. So Communication is always the interaction of the ideas, the exchange of thoughts, the understanding response obtained from the receiver. This is what is communication. It is speaking out the things and receiving the feedback back from the receiver. So the essentials of communication, we'll have an overview of the essentials. It is a two-way process. I told you it is a two-directional process. I am talking to someone else. I'm getting the feedback about it from the person in front of me. Then it occurs between different people. It involves expression of thoughts and emotions through words and actions. So if I am talking to you, it's not only words which I'm speaking. There are expressions on my face, and there are some gestures. Right now, if I'm talking to you, I am moving my hands, which is just spontaneously occurring along with what I am talking. Then it is your facial expressions. It is so many things are involved in your communication. So apart from words, it is the non-verbal things also which are involved in the communication process. And it is an inevitable process. Inevitable process means which is always ongoing. Throughout your life, from the time you're born, my dear, to the time you die, you always keep on communicating. And so it is an endless process. It is a ever inevitable, continuous process which will always continue. And it is a social and emotional process. A social and emotional process means it connects you socially, it connects you emotionally to the other person. So these are the essentials of communication. We should all know about these essentials of communication, because unless we know the essence of communication, we will never be able to become good communicator, friends. So please understand the essentials of communications. It is a two-way process. You are not speaking out for the walls. You are speaking out for the other person. So you should speak in a way where the other person can understand you. You should use non-verbal things with your verbal communication. Means whatever you are speaking, accompany them with your gestures, with your facial expressions, with your body language to make it more enhancing, to make it more emphatic, to make it more presentable and more vociferous and communicable to the other person. Because when you involve all these expressions, when you know the sense of communication, that it involves all expressions, your words and your actions with it, then you will use all these things when you are communicating to the other person. And when you are using all these things, you are becoming an effective communicator. When you are becoming an effective communicator, people will understand you. When people are understanding you, so when they are understanding you, then they will always they will always respond to you, and in this way success will happen, because a proper communication and understanding would be established between the sender and the receiver, and it is inevitable. Of course, from the beginning till the end, you will always be communicating. So understand the importance of communication, friends. It is a social and emotional process. So through your communication, understand whatever you are speaking. You should not hurt anyone with your words or actions which you do. And it is a social process which will communicate to you, to the entire society. So use communication in the positive way for the development of your personality, for your interaction with the people, and for obtaining and understanding response from the people. There is there is one definition, or there can be, you can say, one saying, and which says that communication is the exchange of ideas between two or more individuals in order to obtain an understanding response. This is by Alan Solly, and this is a very famous definition. Please keep this in mind, and it's a simple but a very good definition which explains what is communication.